What's up, Taurus? This is going to be your monthly October tarot forecast, your tarot horoscope. Just some predictions based upon those plants that those seeds that you already planted. I don't know why I keep saying that backwards, but anyways, subconsciously especially, those subconscious energies that are now starting to pop up above the soil. Are they weeds? Are they weeds? Or are they going to blossom into a flower? A beautiful flower. But we need weeds, right? What are weeds for? That's a good question. I bet you they don't keep the soil moisturized. I feel like it dries it out. It's probably for killing certain... I want to know now. I'm going to look it up. There's a reason why I'm doing this during your reading. If you don't care, just skip it. Just skip it. What is the purpose of weeds? The thing that separates weeds from our garden plants is they grow much faster. They grow faster by design. Their main purpose is to build soil. Some species of weeds called pioneer species not only grow fast, but they produce carbon quickly as well. Okay. That actually does connect with Taurus energy because it's saying that it helps the soil build I forgot. Damn. Nah, it's trying to say that it helps the building process of the soil. So I guess, I don't know. It's almost like it builds like a quick foundation that you know is going to die later, but at least like you started something and then I guess you could put something over it. I don't know. I gotta really absorb that, and it's not that important, but it was just, it was just a thought I had during this reading. So, Taurus, you can apply this reading, this forecast to your sun sign, your moon sign, or your rising sign. I'm going to be pulling cards from this Major Arcana deck first. Not a Major Arcana deck, it's an Angel card deck, but I only have the Major Arcana cards in here. These are the main themes that occur in our lives and like human existence and stuff. So it's like the main philosophies pretty much, and this is going to be the focal point pretty much. Then I'm going to be pulling from the traditional deck, which only contains the minor arcana, which is the smaller mundane events. So we're going to get started. Spirit, please provide me some insight. Please provide me some insight. What's going on with the zodiac sign of Taurus at this time? Ooh. You got the Awakening card. I think the Cancer get this too, I believe. And Taurus sextiles Cancer, so, there is a little bit of commonality there. It's the 12 card number, linked to Pisces energy. Archangel Gabriel. Look at things from a different perspective, a temporary standstill. It's important to be yourself. So it pretty much has to do with you transitioning out of a particular phase in your life. And it's where you got to kind of allow the universe to put things into place rather than you be so controlling over the circumstance. So it's that Lego God energy pretty much. All right. Let's pull from here. This is the general spread first. Spirit can have some further insight as to what the zodiac sign of Taurus is going to be going through for the rest of this month of October. Some further details. Spirit, please provide me some guidance. There's a piece of dust on here, in case anybody was wondering, like, what is she doing? All right. 9 of Wands. On guard about a situation, perhaps. just now recovering and back into gear. Queen of Wands. There could be a fire sign individual in your life, or this could be you playing out these energies, aka you could be more passionate and more assertive in situations, but you notice that when you're like that, it kind of wears you out a little bit. So you're just recovering from a situation, but it seems like you are passionate, or this is somebody in your life. You got the Eight of Pentacles here. Before I jump into the Eight of Pentacles, I want to mention with this Queen of Wands, it could be an Aries, Sagittarius, or a Leo individual. On guard about them. So they're just now recovering from a situation. And with this Eight of Pentacles here, it looks like you could be rebuilding some structure into your life. Maybe you could be going back to school, or you could be learning a new skill or starting a new project, or rebuilding your schedule or something. Too many cards popped out. Ten of Wands. Taking on a little bit too much responsibilities. So what I'm seeing here for this reading is that the reason why you're in a period of standstill is because you've been doing too much to try to control your life. You've been possibly doing things on your own instead of maybe asking for help or assistance. You're coming back from a recovery period. I'm seeing you could also be helping somebody get back on their feet. Perhaps it is a fire sign individual. Maybe they are an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Or this would be a passionate, confident person. You could be looking out for them, watching them, and making sure that they are recovering and rebuilding themselves. Maybe you're helping them to get back on their feet, and it looks like it's a handful, possibly, because you're taking on a lot of responsibilities. I'm also seeing that you appear to be a very confident person. That's how people perceive you. But behind that confidence is a lot of struggles that you've went through, and it took you a lot to get to where you're currently at. People just can't see that because you clean up nice. Alright, so that's pretty much what I'm seeing. It's really brief. Like, it just looks like you're a hard worker. You've been through a lot. You look very confident, especially because you have a lot of wisdom. So you kind of know how things are going to play out. But because of your struggles deeply internally within, you do have a lot of triggers like that. It's very easy to set you into gear, like you could get ready to fight real quick, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, you're pretty calm, cool, and collective. But somebody say or do the wrong thing, you got no problem being like defending yourself and be like, yo, watch it. That's what I'm like feeling from this energy. But you're very responsible. You're restructuring yourself. Like I said, you could be going back to school. You could be learning a new skill or a new trade. You could be rebuilding yourself. You could even be like working out a lot or something, to like bodybuilding, and you got to chill a little bit because you're doing a little bit too much. All right, so let's go ahead and see what's going on in your love life. So again, you have this number 12 card, the Hanged Man, Archangel Gabriel or Gabrielle. And pretty much that's going to be also connected to your love spread and your work spread. So now I'm going to go ahead and do your love spread. Spirit, please provide me some further insight as to what the zodiac sign of Taurus will be going through for their love spread. For their love spread in their love lives. What's going on for the zodiac sign of Taurus? I have to fix the timing on here so this stops blanking out, because I can't do my recordings when the screen just completely blacks out, because obviously like I'm looking on the screen when I'm doing cards, but even if I wasn't doing cards, it's like I still gotta see some. I don't like when the screen just gets black like that. It's like weird, but I know I gotta go in my preferences. Besides the point. First card received, 5 of Swords. Be careful with differences in opinion when it comes to your love life and the way that you express that energy. Make sure that you're listening to your partner, and also too, make sure that your partner is not underhandedly trying to criticize you and your ideas and the way that you see things, because like it looks like the love life could be difficult because of that. You two are critical of each other and you kind of have underhanded ways of expressing that, and it's just not good for love, because it's like one of those things where it can be condescending and there could be like, what do you call it, empty victories. This card fell out, Ace of Wands. You're quite assertive about your ideas and your preferences. Like you have your own little idea of utopia. You know what I'm saying? And not everyone agrees with this. Some people laugh or they have little snarky remarks. But you're going to assert that energy anyway. You also could be quite aggressive at this time as it relates to how you see the world and how you want things to be. Make sure you're not too critical of your partner, but also make sure your partner is not criticizing you. 9 of Swords, worried, up late at night, overthinking things a little bit. I hope there wasn't a physical altercation after some sort of argument, some sort of verbal dispute. And now you're worried about how that's going to play out. But I'm also seeing Taurus could be a little bit aggressive this month. So just be careful. Somebody's a drama queen around you. Always over-exaggerating things and like taking things to a level that it never needed to go in. Seven of Pentacles. You could be waiting patiently for something to change and grow that's more connected to how you envisioned it. You had this idea for something and it looks like you asserted yourself towards it, but maybe you feel like you made the wrong decision, but no. You know what it is? It's like whatever you did, it's like other people around you kind of have something to say, like you should have did this, you should have did that. Don't allow those negative thoughts to really invade your mental space, because it's preventing you from actually nurturing what you want to do and allowing it to grow. But it looks like you're worried about something. Like you're worried about how something is going to turn out because you've been waiting for a while. You put the energy into it and you're waiting for it to grow to a certain level. And you're worried about that. Clarification for the 9 of Swords. Nine of Wands. So you're on guard about something. You're protecting something. And you're just recovering from depression. You're recovering from some sort of high anxiety that you might have had, or depression. And this kept you up late at night and worried. I'm also seeing that in the past, you're coming to realize that the way that you've conveyed particular messages and the way that you may have went about certain things, it's kind of caused people to not want to be around you anymore. Like, although you might have been quite witty, not even witty, it's like you won the verbal battles and stuff, but it just made you lose a lot of connections that you've had, a lot of friendships with people, or even like relationship partners. Now these people don't really want to be around you because of the way that you communicate. And it's almost like they feel offended by you, and now you're kind of feeling bad about what you've done, and you're kind of like up late at night, worried about whether or not this person still likes you or still wants to connect with you. And these were like relationships that you've grown. You're like looking back at all these past relationships that you kind of left behind and never fixed. That's what I'm seeing for Taurus as it relates to their love life. Now we're going to dive a little bit more into the work life. The Hanged Man is still the main theme, transitionary period, and possibly tuning back in with your love life. This card popped out, but I'm not done shuffling. It's the Ten of Pentacles. It has to do with home security and building a legacy. So it could indicate, trying to work out certain things within the home and family unit on a day-to-day basis, since we're doing that day-to-day basis spread. So this spread that I'm doing now has to do with your work, health, day-to-day routine, fitness situations, and like anything to do with the 6th house for the astrology people. Spirit, please provide me some additional insight for the work life of Taurus during this month of October. Please provide me some additional insight. What's going on? Month of October. Work life, day-to-day basis, routine, health, fitness, diet. King of Cups, it looks like you received. So you could have an empathetic role, a more nurturing role in your work life. Or there's a colleague or a manager figure around you. Water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces individual. Queen of Pentacles. So what I'm seeing is that you could have a working relationship with somebody. You could be in a business partnership, or perhaps your romantic partner, the person that you're with, you also do business and work with them somehow. You got the Queen of Swords as well. A lot of people in your work life coming up. So you have a lot of influencers, or possibly you work around a lot of people, or you're communicating a lot with these people. This could also be the energies that you transition into. So I'm seeing you could work a couple different jobs. These 2 cards popped out. You got yourself the 7 of Swords and the Knight of Wands. So you could be like constantly transitioning between playing the role of the empathetic male, or just an empathetic person, someone who's in tune with their own emotions and feelings, but also is very in tune with the emotions and feelings of others, and therefore they're able to provide a service. So maybe you're like a doctor or a nurse or a counselor of some sort, or a therapist. On the other hand, there could be someone else in your life, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, or this could be you. And you could work directly under this King of Cups person, or you have to work with this person. Another thing is that you have another job in which you do business. So maybe you have an at-home business as well. Maybe you even have like an at-home counseling business or something like that. Queen of Swords. You could be a lawyer, or this is someone in your life. Air sign, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius individual. And then it looks like you might have left a particular position, a particular job. Yeah, you might have left something behind because certain things weren't changing up to the level that you wanted it to, and you decided to take on a more communicative role, or someone advised you to move someplace else, and so you did, to have a new passionate start in something. So someone advised you to move along somewhere else to calmer waters, and now you're having a new passionate start. I'm also seeing that somebody may be traveling towards your way, and it would be this Knight of Wands person. They could be an Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo individual. Younger than you, most likely. Let's get some clarifiers. So, what do I want to ask? Sorry. I wanted to ask who this Knight of Wands is. Like, why are they coming to visit? What is this? Ace of Swords. It's in its reverse position. I'll just bring it up. So, it looks like, this person's coming to deliver some news. You cut them off in the past, or you felt blocked off from them. But it looks like they're delivering some news to you, and they're coming very swiftly to convey this message in some way. And you're kind of like judging the message. So there's some sort of messenger coming by to tell you something. And this would be a message that would be very important, whatever it is. It looks like you even could be waiting for them to come through. Another thing is that you suddenly got this idea as to where you want to move, and then you're like getting up and just going. You could be going on some vacations maybe, or maybe a cruise or something like that. Six of Wands. You could have got a promotion at work. Or you're well known at work. People really appreciate what you do, and you get a good amount of attention. And now you're kind of going to travel. Like maybe you got that promotion and you kind of gave yourself a little gift to go on vacation. So like you went on a little cruise or something like that. Or you traveled, how do you say it when you like travel over the sea? So like you traveled overseas. There we go. Don't judge me. It looks like you traveled overseas to like the islands or something, or the Caribbean. Shout out to Guyana. No, I'm playing. I'm not playing. Like, that's where my dad's from. But anyways, damn, yo, I have to bring it back about me. You know what? It's a Libra season, so it's okay because I'm being relatable. But that's what it looks like. You're doing pretty well at work. You have a position in which you're a nurturing person. You could be a doctor, a nurse, a counselor, a physician assistant. But in some way, you're providing a nurturing service to others. And you're pretty in tune with your feminine side as well, as what I'm seeing. If you're a male, if you're a female, you're in tune with both sides also. The inner masculine and the inner femina. I made up this word earlier today. It may not even be made up. I never heard of it. I accidentally said inner femina in the Leo video. But it looks like you're in tune with both sides of life, yin yang, all that good stuff. Pretty balanced person. You're recognized for your work, and you received some sort of message, or you got this sudden idea like, hey, let's go on a cruise, let's go on vacation, or let's travel overseas. And you went to go travel a little bit. So you're doing a little traveling right now. Or perhaps you travel for work. That could be another thing. And maybe you're providing medicine to people like overseas or something. I don't know. But that's what it pretty much looks like. You know, work life looks pretty good, Taurus. Blessings, light, and love. That's it. That's all I have to say for this reading. I hope it was helpful. Enjoy the rest of your month.